Welcome to Decision December today. And this is a day where we are grateful. We are able to express our gratitude by living a life of purpose, by living a life in the way that God would have designed us to be. And therefore, in this season, we recognize that we are set apart. Do we have anybody on here that knows they're slightly set apart from the rest? I know when God made me, He gave me extra special, He gave me a little bit of extra sprinkles. How do you know that when God made you, He definitely gave you extra sprinkles of favor, extra sprinkles of some pizzazz, extra sprinkles of something? He said, listen, this one, I am going to mold her in a way that only people can say it's just the grace of God on her life. It's just the grace of God that allows her to be able to do what it is that I need her to do. And so, because we know that we are blessed and highly favored, because we know that the creator of all creators never makes a mistake when he creates, we understand that the only way that we can even come close to showing our gratitude is to not only just talk the talk, but to walk the walk, to live in a way that has been designed for our lives, for us to live as we were purposefully created. The Bible says that He knew us before we were formed. He had a plan to prosper us before we were even able to think for ourselves, which means there's a plan for each and every one of our lives. And today's session, oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to get into it. We might have to do double bubble. Someone say double bubble this week and next week on the Monday mindset. But today's session, yes, is going to be a bit of mindset, but really I want to take us to tangible movements. Anybody here want to move, want to scale, want to grow, want to expand, hey, Tisha, lovely to have you on, want to be able to start to see some fruit from the work that we know that we've been putting in. Now, I said this today on my Instagram, and I'm unapologetic about saying this again, that there are an elite set of people right now in this season that have carefully curated, carefully planned, strategically orchestrated their next moves over the next 30, 60, 90 days. There are some people, small percentage of individuals, I would say between 5 to 1% of individuals, who have already mapped out from now until 2026 mid-year. There are some people that have strategically taken, when the Bible talks about stewardship, when the Bible talks about us making sure that we are good stewards of little, therefore we will be given much. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That there are some of us that have said, well, with the little time that I have, I am going to utilize that time to be able to produce some fruit. After all, the instruction of our very being is to be fruitful. So, what are you doing in this season to be fruitful? What are you doing in this season to expand? Do I have your permission today to not just coach you, but to pull and twist up your wig a little bit? Put some bricks in the chat. Don't worry, Helen, I know you haven't got a wig yet, but you will by the time we're done with you. It's all right. It's all right, Sister Helen. Do I have permission? I need to see some yeses because I may twist it up a little bit today. I may twist it up a little bit. Blame Corinthians. Blame Brother Paul. I've been reading too much of him and he's such a direct, so direct. You see, when you've been the lowest of the low, when you've been kind of the worst, those of you know Paul, right? Anybody know Paul? Brother Paul? He had a big old thing called the Damascus Road moment. Paul, for those of you who are Bible scholars will know, he was killing Christians. He would be one of the worst people that you would have found in that day when it comes to being against God's way. But he had this Damascus Road moment, which was an epiphany, which is where God spoke to him, literally shook him from the roots. And he went from being somebody who was literally against the word of God to fighting for slapping the word of God in your throat. In fact, he was telling brother Timothy, he was saying, listen, bro, if we don't live right, death is at hand. If we don't do what needs to be done, there's going to be a lot of terrible things that take place. To the point where Paul was so deep, he was like, listen, I need to write another letter. Paul was a gangster for writing letters. How many of you have read some of Paul's letters where he's writing to the people like, hey, y'all need to fix up and look sharp? Today I've been inspired by Brother Paul. I ain't gonna lie. He slapped me and I'm gonna come here and we're gonna have this conversation together on how we are really gonna be fruitful in this season. And I touched on it on my Instagram live today, but I'm going to go deeper. Someone say deeper. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper on this call. And I need you to take notes. And I taught you how to take notes last time, but for those of you that are maybe here for the very first time, I'm going to teach you. Don't just write what I say, write what it is that you're going to do with what it is that you heard. We're in a season of implementation. This is not the season where we're going to have notebooks upon notebooks of stuff and we're not going to move and do what we need to do. So here's the first rebuke. Are we ready for it? The dangers of being a Jonah in this season is that the people of Nineveh will not be able to hear a word that will help them to change. There are some people on the sound of my voice right now that know, not think, not wonder, but you know that God has told you to do something. You know you have this super gift. There is something you do naturally. There's something you do without even thinking about it sometimes. There is something in you, a burning desire, something that helps many, many people. And you have pushed it to the side. You've told yourself, oh, it's just this little thing. You told yourself maybe one day. You've told yourself, oh, it's just, I'll think about that later. There is one thing that you have on the inside of you. God has given it to you. It was something that was created before you were even born. You don't even know sometimes why. Even if you wanted to stop, you can't stop doing it. It is something that it comes out your pores. And maybe you're on this call going, yeah, I do it, but I don't quite know how to put it out there. I don't quite know what to do with it, but I know it's there. Hello, somebody. I know it's there. I don't know how to monetize it, maybe. I don't know how to really put it out there in the world. Is it something that people will actually pay me for? I don't really know the strategy that I need to take to do this. But what I do know is I know there's something there and I'm playing small. Someone type in the chat 7 if you know I'm speaking to you right now. Put an 8 in the chat if maybe you're the person that's put your feet in. Maybe you're a Peter that you've put your net in, but you're not catching no fish. You're dabbling with it. You're dabbling with it, but you need God to tell you to put it in again. Just do it here at this time. Maybe you're lacking strategy. Maybe you need that little bit of a bit more direction into how you're going to execute so this thing becomes fruitful, so that it multiplies, so that it is expanding, so that it starts to scale. Maybe it's been a one-hit wonder. You're doing it here, you're doing it there, but it's not actually expanded and scaled to the way that you want it to scale. We're going to talk about that today. But the first thing that we have to do is get the mind right. The first thing we have to say to ourselves is, I'm going to stop playing small. I'm going to stop benching the best player. Some of you be encouraging everybody else to get to the front. Some of you will sit down and be doing game plans for other people. Some of you will be helping everybody. You serve so many persons. You unlock so many other people. But when it comes to you, stuck. When it comes to you, slow down. 5 things, and I am out of your hair today. Don't worry, Helen, we're going to get you a wig for Christmas. 5 things. First one is the mindset shift. Every single person in this call right now, by the sound of my voice, I want you to write and I want you to type, I am a boss. I'm a boss. I call the shots. That ain't the Bible. That's Rick Ross. Yeah, I'm be a bit different. I'm a different type of pastor out here. I'm a boss. Call the shots. In biblical terms, people, he says that I'm above and not beneath, right? We're not quoting Rick Ross, quoting the Bible. Oh Lord, help me. I'm a boss. Here's a question for you. Are you moving like a boss though? Do you get up like a boss? Do you dress like a boss? Do you talk like a boss? The Bible says that word is God created the world with a word. Words are seed. Do you speak like a boss? I was thinking about it today, and we're going to talk about this, your target audience. When you're a boss, you need to understand who is your target audience. Who are the people that you serve, boss? Or are you playing small because of some of the people that you are around who are not your target audience? Hello. Do you think when Deborah was bossing out the team, she was worried about who was looking at her being a woman because she was being called to call the shots. She was being called to make decisions of her time. The only judge, the only prophet, the only poet. People could have been like, who is this woman? So many distractions. So many people I could imagine would have had something to say. How are they going to ask a woman to call the shots? How are they going to say they're not going onto the battlefield without a woman guiding them? But she had to own it. She couldn't look at the crowd. She couldn't look at people that she wasn't called to serve and allow them to distract her away from what it is that she's called to do. You are a boss and you have been called to do what he's called you to do. Own it. Write it down. I'm going to own it. I am owning it. This is where you remove the voices that no longer align with the word of God in your life. He says you're above and not beneath. When you're above and not beneath, it means you understand the responsibility. There's a stewardship that comes with when you are a boss. When you are a boss, you cannot be thinking about low level assignments. When you are a boss, you begin to think big. When you are a boss, you begin to think strategy. When you are a boss, when Nehemiah was rebuilding the walls, he couldn't think about Sanballat, Tobias, and Geshem, who were there ready to pull the walls down. He had to think strategy about building something that has never been built before. He couldn't think about those who didn't believe that he could rebuild the walls. Are you thinking like a boss, or are you worried about other people's thoughts? Oh, people don't expect me to go down this direction because when I wear this hat, this is the hat I should wear. Hello, somebody. I gotta think like a boss. Do bosses run away from things that look hard? Do bosses quit when things get tough? Do bosses sit with an empty bank account, or do they create? Do bosses stress about things outside their control, or do they make moves? Hello, somebody. Hello, the call has gone quiet. Underneath a wake up. What's your mindset like? Is your mindset saying, listen, I'm a boss? When I hear from God, I need to move. I got to create. I have to make things happen. I got to be fruitful. I must multiply. Are you worried about what people are thinking? You worried about the mere fact that your bank account might not be the balance that it needs to be for the vision that God has given you? Let me tell you something. If the bank account was in alignment with the vision He gave you, you wouldn't need faith. You wouldn't even want to put the work in because you'd already had the result. There has to be a test for a testimony. There has to be some progression. There has to be, some of you are hoping for millions in the account. And the millions in the account will be the one thing that mashes up your purpose. That's why God can't trust you with it yet. Here's a question for you, boss. If you had all the money in your account right now, would you be doing what you're doing right now? Would you be doing what you're doing right now if you had 10 million in the account? Or are you doing it now because you think it can make you a little bit of money? That's how you determine whether you're living in purpose or whether you're living in a lack mindset, a hustler's mindset. So people want to be hustlers. No disrespect to hustlers. Everybody wants to be a hustler, grabbing £30 here, £100 here. Nothing wrong with that. But are you a boss though? Are you a boss? Nehemiah only saw rebuilding the walls. What's your vision in this season? Boss. I'm a boss. First thing is get the mindset right. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I call the shots. I hear from God. I move. When I move, I have to move with what? Even a small mustard seed of faith, I've got to move. The next thing I need to do is I need to understand the vision. What's the vision that you have for the next 30, 60, 90 days? In fact, I'll even make it better for you. What is coming up, boss? Christmas Eve is a festive season. 95 to 99% of people are not thinking boss moves. They're thinking spending. Okay. Which one are you? Just say me in the chat. I won't even look. Written your list. Started scrolling on Amazon. Looked in a pound shop. Started to look to see what presents you're going to buy. Mothers are starting to buy presents for kids. Looking for the nieces, the nephews, the children. Started to think about what you're going to buy. Started to think about what food you're going to eat. Who's coming round? Y'all are lying. Where are you going to go? What are you going to eat? Who's coming round? Who are you going round to? Play. Get in a festive season. Nothing wrong with a festive season. Nothing wrong with the season, by the way. But the same energy that you put into spending, can you put that into creating? Can you put that into having a strategy to create? Because 95 to 99% of individuals are thinking about food in this season. Do you know food is the biggest distraction? Two things. Two things that will get people, especially people from certain cultures. Y'all love your belly way too much. I can get you. Like, it's so easy to get got. 2 little macaroni and cheese, roast lamb, jerk chicken, roast potatoes, gravy, 2 little, and all of a sudden you hear shrimp, lobster, little bit of mussels and maybe, some scallops. And all of a sudden y'all get got. Too easy to get you. They don't even need to advertise and you lot are already looking. All of the supermarkets right now can get you too easy. Too easy to get got. This season where people are saying they ain't got no money, but they're spending, overspending on food for one day. Okay, we'll drag out for two or three. The same energy that you can find for this season, can you find it to create something? 95 to 99% of people are spending, they are consumers. We were told to create, we were told to be fruitful, to multiply. Now, in a season, if you're smart, if you're a boss, if you have boss moves on the inside of you, and you understand the season that we're in, where 95 to 99% of individuals are consumers, what's the bosses doing? The 5% to the 1% of individuals are creating something to go right to the consumers. Are you in your creative bag? Are you in your creative bag? We're the one percenters on this call right now that have something to sell. That if I told you to drop a link in this call right now, that you could sell something to me right now and I could buy it, go ahead and drop your link. I see you, Tanta. You can always tell those that are ready. You don't have to get ready. You stay ready. Where's your link? What are you selling in this season? What service are you providing in this season? One person. Hello, I told you I have permission to. Do I have permission to keep going, or should we stop? Do I have permission to keep going? Someone tell me yes or yes. Now, as I talk to the Instagram people over here, what's up, IG people? Ain't nobody dropping no links on the IG, so I'm guessing we ain't got none over there. Are we here still? Are we here? I see Adina as well. Come on now. What do we got? We got calendars for £20. I'm seeing. Gift boxes available. Where's the link, Danielle? I'm seeing gift boxes available. You got Instagram reel there. We're not buying from the Instagram reel. I need links. Tantan's got the PayPal. What is that? What are we selling? Hello, bosses. Boss moves. Got the stand store on the Instagram. Come on, Nat. I see you. I saw you drop it on the Instagram. You ask not because you get not. You crying saying you ain't got no money, but yet still you ain't got no. It's not that you ain't got no money. Money isn't the problem. It's your creativity. Hello, am I allowed to go there? Sherry, you're a singer. You have a voice. Right now, it's Christmas. You could be offering singing on Zoom for someone to say Happy Christmas to them. Special songs. There should be a link here. £500 a song. Create something. You should have a link. We should see links. Okay, I'm seeing a TikTok link there. Vessel and Co. Araya. Boom. Only for those that want to create in this season. Only. Some people don't. Some people are happy with the money that they have. I'm sure everybody else doesn't want an extra income or two. I'm not telling you to create something outside of whatever's in your hands. I'm showing you that there's gifts and talents on the inside of you that you need to get creative. You've got to get out of your comfort zone, get out of the laziness, get out of thinking that you're waiting for somebody. You're not waiting on God. God's waiting on you. 99 to 95% of people right now spending, sitting down, waiting, doing vision boards. No shade to the vision board gangsters. But how many vision boards are you going to do, bruv? Sistrin, how many vision boards? Creative time. It's time to wake up. It's time. This is shake up from the neck up. How many vision boards? You know, I heard that joke. How many fools does it take to do a vision board? I'm not even going to go there. But the Bible does say, you hang around with a bunch of fools, you become one. Right? All the pretty posts on Instagram, all the pretty pictures. walking up and down staircases. Uh-oh, am I getting trouble now? They're pretty, I get it, but all of those, they've still got no money. They still have no fruit. We're still having a problem. You know how I know? I've just come back from Jamaica and I've asked for donations, and there's some people that cannot donate because they're not creative. We got to get into our creative bag so we can be blessings. We are blessed to be blessings. How do we help others if we're struggling to help ourselves? How do we become persons of real influence if we are struggling? There we go. I see the track in there, Sherry. Come true. Better late than never. Listen, I'm telling you, have your money linked to hand. You never know. And I know we got some money gangsters on here that don't need no extra peas. That's fine as well. But if you're sitting down and you're saying to yourself, I need something, don't sit down and wait until 2026. 2026 has started already. It's time to scale now. Like, I came on here to talk about scaling, but how do you scale nothing? 1,000 times zero is how much, people? Like, I always say to my mentees, those in VIP, shout out to the VIP crew. I'm always saying to them, listen, I'm always talking about you guys. I'm always sharing what you have. But if you don't give me anything to share, I can't work with nothing. Laziness is close to witchcraft. And we got to burn, evict, rebuke, destroy laziness. It's another link in there. Big up Busty Boob Tape. You don't even know. You don't even know who is waiting for what you have. But nobody knows you have it because you're sitting down waiting to be perfect. See another link in there. Simone, therapy calls. First one, mindset like a boss. Second thing, we got to be fruitful. We have to create. Now, homework for this season that we're in. I'm not even going to come too hard. I'm just going to say pick one thing. Pick one thing. One thing that you're going to produce that you're going to give out to the world. Now, check this out. Check this out. Number 3, it's got to be important. It's got to be important. It's got to be important. Here we go. Are you ready for it? It's not about what you want to sell. It is about what people want to buy. Uh-oh. I know. I know. It hurts. You designed it. You spent hours on it. You spend hours on it. But do people want it, though? Do people want it, though? You spend hours on the branding, hours on the photo shoots, hours on the website, hours on the funnel. But it's not about what you want to sell. It is about what the people want to buy. It's what they need. What problem are you solving? How does your branding actually tell us those things? Right? So, for example, in this season, just an example, if you're selling something, whatever you're selling, but title it Receive Before Christmas, Present Before Christmas, Great Thing for Dad Before Christmas, Great Thing for Mum Before Christmas. You're selling a solution for all those people that have been like, oh my God, I've forgotten to get such and such. You're telling them. Let me give you a clue. No one's going to Temu right now because Temu too late now. Hello. Or Shein or Sheen or whatever you want to call it. Hello. Sell solutions. We're not selling. We're not selling what we want to sell. We are selling solutions. We are providing solutions to persons. Okay. Number 1 is I'm a boss. Get my mind right. Get my mind right. Got to get my mind right. Got to make sure that my head is in the game. Number 2 is avoid laziness, get to work, creativity. I've got to be fruitful. Got to be fruitful in this season. Number three is my target audience. What do they want to buy? What is it that my target audience want to buy in this season versus what I want to sell? How do you know you may be comfortable selling something ain't nobody buying? Hello, no. Who are the people that follow you? Where do they buy? What are the things they buy? What are the type of content they're looking at? What are the type of needs that they have? What are the sort of comments that they're making? What are the familiar questions that you keep getting? Here's the thing. If you keep getting asked a certain question, do you know that is a clue to something that you should be creating? You are a subject matter expert at something and you're sleeping on that. What are you sleeping on in this season? What is the thing that you need to really expand on? Do you have it to hand? Is it ready? Is it ready? This call is about scaling, but I'm just looking at what we're talking about here. And I've had to just come back to the foundation a little bit because I'm seeing out of a call of X amount of people on here, I'm seeing 6 links. So that means we got to be ready. That we don't have to get ready, we stay ready. Getting your creative back. Number 4 is the work ethic. Okay. This thing called work ethic is not to be played with. I shared on my Instagram today that I have I designed a whole like product line for Rebuild, right? Had a whole product line, hats, the glasses, the whole shebang, trainers, everything. And it was through speaking to my sister Natalie in Jamaica, and she was like, "Oh my God, I want one of those trainers. Where can I buy them?" And I haven't put them out there. It's just, how do people buy from you if you don't put it out there? How do people buy from you if your products and services are Casper's second cousin, Ghost? At least one person got the joke. Thank you for laughing, Sherry. I find myself a bit of a comedian when I'm ready. Right? Helen says she wants the hat. They're not even online. I've got the swimwear, I've got the hats, the glasses, I've got the whole shebang. Yeah, I just bust them randomly in Jamaica. They were like, where are these? I'm like, they're not on the site. Got the water bottles, I got the whole shebang. I haven't put them out there. But best believe if I was hungry, if I had no food in my cupboards, if I was wanting a financial increase, best believe I'd be on Instagram Live every day pushing my products. My husband said to me, "Yeah, you're getting lazy. You got certain monies on automation. You need to, yeah." The spirit of laziness, spirit of laziness. We have to really ask God to remove that from us. Some of us are telling each other these narratives about, oh, I need a break. A break from what? A break from lack of creation, break from no income. Like, what do you need a break for? Like, and I'm specifically speaking to don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Nehemiah said when they wanted to distract him to take a break, to go and eat and to go and chill and to go and link up, he said, should I come down from the good work to come and talk to you? Should I? Meaning, we rest when it's done. And I know I am one, I promote rest. I promote getting time for ourselves. I'm not saying kill ourselves. I'm not saying, doing all this. But what I am saying is we find time for everybody else, but we don't find time to create what God has called us to create. And in this season, it's imperative. Listen, if you haven't got something just yet, I am running something on Thursday. This is a bonus masterclass for my VIP gangsters. And on Thursday, we are going to be running this masterclass. Okay. I'm going to be doing it from the app. So if you haven't already got the app, rebuildforfree.com. Just download it from your App Store, iPhone, and I'm gonna be running it for free, right? It's a free bonus masterclass. I'm gonna be running for the VIPs, but I'm welcoming everybody. You can tell your mother, your cousin, your granddad, your auntie, your pet's owner's goldfish's friend. Let them know that I'm going to be doing a whole scaling masterclass for free, right? Because I want to put you on game this Thursday so you still have time to be in position for the Christmas, the New Year's, the Boxing Day set. Like, this is the season of creation, and I don't want no one to miss it. The narratives that we tell ourselves sometimes, we have to even rebuke our own words. And I'm fired up because I had this conversation with my husband, and a lot of people see, certain things that I do, but I have accountability. Anton many times will come to me and go, you're not hungry. And then I run again. He's like, now you're working. And it's not necessarily about time. This is more to do with strategy. It's more to do with you don't need more time, but it's what you do with the time that's going to get you the results, right? So I'm not talking about investing more time. What I'm talking about is strategy. Because the truth is, I have products that are 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 grand. So for me, I sell two of those. But it's not about the income for me anymore. And this is a thing that we really have to understand, right? And I want you to get this. I'm not going to claim this as my own. I got this from Oprah. You know what Oprah said? Oprah says something about intention. And I was listening to an interview with Oprah, and she said intention. I want you to write this word down. Understand the intention, right? A lot of people say, Nikki, I want you to mentor me. Great. And I have products and services that sell to people who want the products and services of the mentorship, but I don't mentor everybody, right? Because I have to have a joint intention. And when I heard Oprah say it, I goes, okay, this makes sense. So here's what you got to do with your customers, your clients, prospective people that you are going to serve, is you must understand what is it that they want from you. Not what you want to give to them. What is it that they want from you? Is it that they want to learn a skill set? They want to understand information that they can get the transformation? Is it that they want more money? Is it that they want more time? What is it that they want from you? What you are selling? You must be selling the solution to what it is that they want. But in exchange, it's not the money that's an exchange. Understand me clearly. For good coaches, good mentors, it's not the money. Let me tell you what I want. What I want is after our interaction that you can say it was a good investment because guess what? Here's my testimony. I want to see people unlocked. I want to see people with results. I want to see people that take the information and implement. My intention is to solve the problems and the needs for the people that I serve. It's not just about a transactional situation where I take the money and then whoopie doo, here's a few videos, go over and watch. No, because those of you that I mentor, I'm heavily invested in your business. I want to know about your man. I want to know about your kids. I want to know about where you're going. I want to know where you're thinking, because how you think is going to ultimately give me the results that you have. So I've got to get in your business. And so if I have an issue with getting in your business, if I have an issue with really understanding where you're at, the intentions are off, we can't do business. Understand your customers' intentions. Let them understand your intentions so you know what the exchange is. It's not just a financial exchange. There's got to be mutual understanding with that exchange. So when you are having that transaction, this is what they expect. This is what I expect. It's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. So let's get back to this scaling. I digressed. I get a bit passionate. Excuse me. Let me rein it in and bring it back in. Boom, 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 boom. Let me pull the ropes, pull the ropes, pull the ropes. You still with me? Instagram, big up yourself over there. Right? So Rebuildforfree.com. I am going to be running this masterclass on scaling. I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to take you from nothing, a product, all the way, creating a product, putting it out there, distribution, being ready for this season that we're in right now, going right into 2026. What I'm going to teach on that masterclass for free, by the way. I'm not going to be there, dropping any sales thingies after or, pushing you to buy anything. Trust me, as I said, I be vetting the people these days. I'm very busy. I've got a long line of people who want to be doing some investing one-on-ones with me. Those of you that have signed up for the one-on-ones, just know that this is your week. I'm going to be reaching out to all of you. I think there was 10 spaces. I think there's only 2 spaces left. I see Jackie Huggins, you were on the list. I see you there, girl. Yes! I'm excited to speak to you. Yes, we are going to have a good old session. So, as a matter of fact, message me after this, so we can actually slot in. I also see, I think Key, you were one of the ones. I'm not sure if you've got your spots yet. We also have Sherry Vendaya. I know we've already touched base already. It's been action, action, action. And yes, my brother Trev, please message me as well. We've also got that. So I am pretty busy, people. Very intentional though. Very intentional with my time. Those that I take on, I spend time and I make sure that I'm really focused with them. That's why I don't do too much. I don't overdo it. So on the call on Thursday, I'm not there to sell to you. I'm actually there to position you. Believe it or not, I get some very good feelings on the inside of me knowing that people are unlocked. I can give for free because I understand about seed. I understand about seed. I get it. So it's a seed I'm sowing. Call it a little festive present that I'm going to be doing. Rebuildforfree.com. You can go in there. You'll see me live. Okay, 7 p.m. UK time on Thursday. I'm going to be doing this masterclass. It's going to blow your mind. Like, it's literally going to blow your mind on that masterclass. And make sure you're on there, right? And there's a whole bunch of resources. There's some money courses inside there. There's loads of things that I've put in there that you can be going through to help you to expand. But specifically for this season, those of you that want to get in your bag, you want to come on that masterclass, right? So let's carry on with tonight's call. So we're looking at scaling. So once we've now got this, we've got the idea, we're not listening to anybody else's thoughts that don't align with where God wants us to be. We're now in a position where we have got the product, the one thing. I just want you to pick one thing in this season that you are going to go to work on, right? And we said number 3 was getting to work, really getting to it. What does the work look like for you in this season? And one of the things that I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe talk about, and it slapped me at the back of my neck till hair stood up and I got the shivers, and I realized it was just, it was a vibe. It was the Holy Spirit touching me, was when he said, the Bible tells us to be fruitful, but where does fruit come from? Seed. Isn't it interesting how God doesn't focus on the seed, which is what you need? He's talking about being fruitful, but in order to be fruitful, you need to have seed. Now, for me, seed is about what you're saying out of your mouth. Seed is about the work that you're putting in. Seed is about the work, the information you're putting inside of your brain. Seed is about you, the movement that you have, the energy that you have. In order for seeds to grow, there's got to be movement, there's got to be energy. So although we have to be fruitful, by default, we almost have to be seedful, is what Dr. Miles Monroe said. I'm teething that. I've given him the praise now. I'm teething it for my own, right? Seedful. We've got to be seedful. What does that seed look like? What does sowing look like for you in this season? Does it mean popping up live on Instagram live a few times a week? Does it mean listening to some personal development, taking notes, going into Rebuild for free and looking at the money hacks and actually going and doing what I've been saying that you should be doing? Does it mean rebranding yourself? What does your brand mean? Who are you? When people look at you, what do they think? When they see your brand, what products automatically come to mind? When they hear your name, when they see you in person, when they see you on text, what are the things that your brand is screaming right now? And is it screaming what you want it to be screaming? If not, change it. When I think of Sherry, I think of singing. When I think of Charmaine, I think of boxing. Right? When I think of Simone, I think of therapy. Right? What are the things where I think of Tan Tan, I think of boob tape. Hello. Right? Think of Danielle, I think of Mompreneur, right? And her little kiddies and all the kid things that she's doing on her page, right? When people think of you, what comes to mind? Are you the one that people are going to call when they're having a conversation with somebody? Someone, I get these calls all the time. Oh, Nikki, I'm speaking to this lady. She's really low. She needs to rebuild, and I'd love to connect you with her. When I think about people that need rebuilding, whether that be financially, in relationships, in whatever, what are people going to say about you and your brand? This is time to really step up and understand who it is that you've been called to be and focus on one thing in this season. I am an advocate for multiple streams of income, but one at a time, right? We got to get an income. There's no point in having 12 streams of nothing. Multiple streams of zero times it by 1,000. Hello, let's build one. Let's get a good multiple six figures from one income stream, and then we diversify, then we expand, then we grow, right? So, what's the one thing you're going to focus on in this season? And what does the work look like? What does the work look like? What's the seeds that we have to sow? Every single day for this season, can you go at it? Can you go for it in this season? Can you go for it? So number 4, the work ethic. Next one. Here we have it. The R word that nobody likes to do, but is required if you really want to grow. Risk. You must take risk. I've been listening to some of the billionaires that we have access to on YouTube. And every single one of them have said risk. Took a risk. And those are the investors on the call, you already know, no risk, no reward. There's got to be a risk, calculated risk, but you got to take a risk. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should do what I did, right? Quit my job to go full-time old entrepreneur. I gave myself 9 months in a sink or swim situation. I was pregnant. I said, I'm not going back after maternity leave. I'm a hammer this, pregnant. But I knew what I wanted. And I've not worked a job. My daughter is in a week and a bit, 10 days. My daughter's gonna be 7. Haven't worked a job since, you might as well say, 8 years. But I made a decision to take a risk. I made a decision. Well, it's actually 9 years because I called in sick the year before. It's a risk, people. They almost had me on a disciplinary. It's like every story that I hear from these entrepreneurs. And it's so interesting. I was speaking to my girl Diona. She's like, Nikki, we're building kingdom multimillionaires. I'm tired of seeing Christians broke, yo. I'm just saying it out of my mouth. I'm tired. We say we have faith. We say that God is a God that He's having abundance, and according to His riches and His glory, and all of this, and we are broke Christians. And I am tired of it. I'm tired of the world having more leverage than us. They're using kingdom principles. They're stepping out on faith. They are taking calculated risks. And we're sitting there like, where's the tambourine? God, I go provide. Oh, God, I go provide. In the midst, God, I provide. Brother, I'm not even going to quote faith without works is dead again. I'm not. But this is something that we've really, and here's the thing. Why is it that I'm so passionate about this? Because I hate poverty. You know why I hate poverty? Because I understand that being poor puts you in vulnerable positions. I was in a marriage being beaten and raped every single other day because I didn't know if I could pay the bills if I left him. Poverty puts you in vulnerable places. Poverty puts you in places where God does not design you to be. Being poor means you can't go and help other people in the way that you really want to because you're struggling for yourself. You know, being poor questions your integrity. You know, a lot of people commit crime because they're poor. A lot of people are in relationships that they know they shouldn't be in because they're poor. A lot of people are living in areas that they can't stand because they're poor. A lot of people are living in low substance situations because they're poor. Poverty puts you in a position that can ultimately paralyze your purpose. Mighty God, and that weren't even chat GBT. Yo, the peas just came out. That's Holy Spirit right there. The stronghold of poverty is from Satan itself. How many of you know there's an attack on your finances? That every single time money comes in one hand, it's coming out the next. Let me tell you something. Do you know that when money comes in, you don't have to spend it straight away? Do you know before the money comes in, you don't have to plan how to spend it? Stewardship. I haven't got time to go into this tonight, but I want to tell you this from the depths of my heart. And I heard it from somebody. I was doing some personal development today, and I heard it today, and I've got to share it with you. Is poor. You're not poor because you don't have no money. You don't have no money because you're poor. And poor is the poor mindset. Your poor action taking. Your poor decision making. Your poor mindset towards creativity. You are not poor because you don't have money. You don't have money because of your poor mindset. Now you may go, but Nikki, that's a bit harsh. No, it ain't. There's something in your hands right now that you can create, that you already have, that can create you money. It is your laziness. It is your lack of your creativity. It is your lack of movement. It is your lack of making a decision to step out your comfort zone. That is why you are in the position you are right now. Even me. The position I am in right now is based on the things that I'm choosing not to do. I said to my husband yesterday, I could sell anything. I could sell ice to Eskimo. I could literally, I've made a whole waist trainer business. I'm always looking on Temu, right? And I was like, oh my God, these are only £3. I could literally sell them for 20 quid. I was like, really? You like, stop. I can't even help it. I was number one salesperson in one of the banks that I used to work for. I could literally sell anything. But I choose not to because I know that God has called me for a time such as this. But if I was poor, meaning if I looked at my bank account and I was struggling, I would not be sitting down there looking up at the stars, playing my tambourine, asking God if He could provide me with a solution. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm sorry to tell you that it's already in you. Why would he say, I knew the plans I had for you before you were even formed, plans to prosper you before you were even born? It's an excuse to say I'm waiting on God. It's an excuse to say God will provide. It's an excuse. Put your hand to something. What is in your hands? Listen, you see this hammer? I had no money. You know what I'll do this hammer? If I had no money, I could find stuffs like, and I've been there. I made multiple seven figures and lost it all because of poor stewardship, right? I didn't lose it all, but I enjoyed the money. But guess what? When it's in you, you make it back. But here's what you do. You learn the lessons. You learn the lessons that you messed up on last time so you don't repeat those lessons again. And I'm going to do a whole thing on stewardship because I think stewardship is something that people need to understand on a deeper level. It's very spiritual, this thing. Ain't got time for that today. So we got to make sure that not only are we creative, but we're putting it out there. We understand our target audience. We know who it is that we are, really called to serve. Here's a spanner in the works or a hammer in the works. I don't even know where this hammer came from. Why is there a hammer on my desk? I will ask the people that I live with, that I reside with, why on earth there is a hammer by my desk. I have no idea. right? You also have to know who you don't serve. You also have to know what isn't your call. You also have to know how to say no. Distractions. There will be people coming from the north, east, south, west, wanting to put you over here, wanting to pull you over here, wanting to pull you over here. You've got to be so intentional. Here's a big one. People, when you are living in call, when you are scaling, you're going to attract a certain type of people. And it's about being aware of the type of people that you're going to attract, right? You're going to attract people that want to consume what you have available. You're going to have attract people that disagree with what you have available. You're going to attract people that are competing with what you have available. And all of those things, you still need to make sure that you are putting out what you have available. Be aware. Be aware, right? Be aware. I've seen so many people duplicate or attempt to duplicate. You can't duplicate, they create. Hello. Hello. I mean, literally duplicate. Same name, same price. I'm like, hello. It's a compliment. I even bought the glasses and the hat. I was like, do you know what? Just put the hat on. Take a picture so they can go and get the stuff. I mean, it's incredible. No distractions though. So now you've got something that works, right? Two more and I'm out your hair. Now you've got some. I haven't even looked at my. Two more, I'm out your hair. Ready? We're at the scaling point now. So you've created something once, you've put it out there. People have come to you to purchase what it is that you have. And before you start to duplicate, because duplication is about multiplication, right? We need to multiply, we've got to do it more than once. Don't just do it once and then fall asleep, right? It's important to journal as well what works. So make sure you're writing down the things that work. When you make a sale, write down what you did to make that sale. So when you're back in that season again, you can go and duplicate it, right? So we're going to journal what works. But here's what we also want to make sure we're very aware of, right? Very, very important. That when you are in a position of scaling, right? Of duplicating, of creating, you do not want to be in a place where you look back and you say, okay, what did I do again? How did I get that result? One of the worst things I used to do, and this is going back years, I used to get really good results, forget what I did, and then change it. And then when I changed it, I wasn't getting the results. And then I'm looking back like, what did I do? What happened? So now I journal, right? And I'm going to go through all of this on the call on Thursday, right? I'm going to go through all of this. I'm going to break it down. What you do before a campaign. I love a campaign. What you do during a campaign, what you do after the campaign, how you're going to scale this bad boy, right? Because if you can sell it and make £10, you can make 1,000, you can make 10,000, you can make 100,000, you can make 2 million. It is the same process, but it's about keeping your foot on the gas and not slowing down. You know, we had a masterclass on last week, Thursday, and one of the VIPs, Adina, she's on the call, and she was just like, Nikki, I'm not really sure. And I'm like, you stop doing what worked. Tell your story. Don't assume because you told it before that everybody's heard about it. You've stopped doing what worked. Go back and do what you were doing when you got the results that you are happy with that you were getting. There was a season where you were getting results. There was a season where you were having masses of success. What was you doing? You were telling your story. You were talking authentically. You were showing up online, 3 times a week at least. You stopped doing what was working. So keep your foot on the gas. When you're positioning yourself as a market expert or a marketplace expert in a certain area, Do not slow down. Keep going. A lot of the times we do the jump in January challenge and that's coming back again, but people stop in February. I'm like, why? You had so many great results in January. Keep your foot on the gas. So this is about not just working, but now you're multiplying that work. And I'm going to give you a few tips on Thursday, but think about it. One of the biggest things you can do, and these days, influencers are a thing. But one thing that you can do is not just having you market your stuff, but now other people market your stuff. And I'm going to share with you a strategy on how you can get other people to market your stuff in a cost-effective way, right? That's going to have them motivated to really market your stuff. And as well, be able to help you to increase your revenue as well. Right, so we're going to be talking strategy on Thursday, implementable strategies. All right. There was something that I have, and by the way, I'm doing this masterclass off head. I didn't even make no notes. So shout out for me for the way that the Holy Spirit is just like going with this, right? Um, there was something else I wanted to tell you about, something else, and it has slipped my brain. It was really important as well. Before we get onto the last one, what was it, Belinda? We were talking about duplication, wasn't we? Multiplication and making sure that we do what it is that we need to do. Also, as well, on a side note, be honest. There's too many fake out there. Don't position yourself as something that you're not. Position yourself authentically. People will buy from those individuals that they trust. They buy from you before they buy your product. They're going to trust you before they trust what it is that you sell, right? And it's so important not to be fake. If you are selling something, make sure you deliver what you sell. Make sure you do what you actually promise that you're going to do. Make sure that you adhere to your end of the bargain because that can easily damage your brand very, very quickly. You don't want to be that person. So, oh, yeah, I did that for her and she didn't do that. Listen, people can talk. They can talk a lot. But one thing that I know persons will say about me is I do what I say I'm going to do. That people around, they see real tangible results, right? And you want to be able to stand on your brand with your chest. Yes, there'll be people that come and don't do anything, and you can't account for those people. But you must deliver what it is that you say that you are putting out there. It's so important to do that, right? And so back to scaling, we were talking about, scaling and getting it out into the world. There's many different ways that you're going to scale, right? And I'm going to give you some tips on Thursday, but it's thinking about how you can get other people to share your brand. It's thinking about how you can do things outside of time. Time is one of those commodities. Every single one of us have 24 hours, right? When you run out of time, some people run out of money. But if your money can be timeless, then your money is now infinite. It means it can consistently grow without you having to worry about time. This is why people that work a job are usually broke because they do as only so much overtime. And when that time runs out, so does their money. So it's about thinking about how you can be timeless with what you sell. All right. How you can scale that, how you can position yourself so that it's not about burning out either. It's not about you collapsing on the floor. So, yes, I'm saying work ethic, but it's also about being smart with it. Right. And I'm going to share some ways that you can do that, that you can also be visible without having to be invisible, meaning sleeping and losing your family and losing your life, which is something that we were taught back in the network marketing days. Sacrifice now, you can benefit later. When was the later? The later never came. Right. So, we're not going to be doing that neither. So, homework is to pick that one thing. Is to pick that one thing that you are going to do and you're going to go all in. This is the all in season. It's decision December. What will you decide? Decision December. What will you decide? Are you going to make poor decisions to ultimately have a poor outcome? Or are you going to make rich decisions and remind yourself, I am a boss? I want everyone to type in, I am a boss. This is not the time to be scrambling for bread, scraping for sign-ups. This is a time where we're going to be strategic. We are going to be looking at what is in our hands, just like the lady with the jars. What is in our hands? And we're going to put it out there into the world because there's people that need what it is that we carry. And we're going to do it authentically. We're going to do it honestly. We're going to do it with our heart. We're going to do it because it's the right thing to do. We're going to do it because if we don't, if we continue to be Jonas, there's a whole village, a whole town called Nineveh that will not be unlocked because we're sitting down playing small. Boss moves only. Think like a boss, act like a boss, call the shots, not from Rick Ross, and make it happen. And so if you haven't already, I need to give the results for the this week. So for those of you that have been inside the app, if you haven't already, go into it, rebuildforfree.com, okay? And you will be able to put your top 5 takeaways from this call, okay? So you'll be able to say what you are going to be doing. I read every single message, okay? Let's see who is on the leaderboard this week. Rebuildforfree.com. And we are going to shout out to those who are on the top leaderboard. Now, you can go in there. It's absolutely free. And you'll be able to type in, there's a section that says top takeaways, top 5 takeaways from this call. And in that takeaway is what you're going to do, from what you've heard today, what you're going to do in this season, this week. You'll also in there be able to catch the live when I go live. We're going to do hot seats as well on the live. So I will take some of your businesses, help you dissect it, really plan out this season for you as well. So come on to the live as opposed to the replay, because then we'll be able to get real live action. And we're really going to sit down. Oh, I just saw my girl Ashley. What's up, girlfriend? How is it in New York? I'm sure it's as cold as it is here as well. Hope you are treating yourself well, my dear. I see my sister Chinello on there as well. We've got some bosses on the Instagram live. Right, so let's have a look and see who is on the top of the leaderboard for this week. And then I will give you a very, very, very... Oh, it's snowing. It is snowing in NYC. Well, it's not, it's colder then. It's colder for you than it is for us. It's colder for you. Let's see what's going on here. So whilst I'm waiting for the leaderboard, who do we have here? You have 30 seconds. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you 30 seconds, right? Where you got to be ready for this. 30 seconds. Tell me what you've taken away from today's call. And then at the end of that, you get to plug what it is that you do. Okay. So 30 seconds. Raise your hand. I will pull out the first 3 people. And you can tell me what you've taken away from this call. And also you can plug whatever it is that you sell. So first hand up, Tan Tan. She's actually an ambassador for the rebuild, by the way. So shout out to Ambassador Tantan. You are unmuted. Your 30 seconds starts now, girlfriend.
Hello, hi, I'm Tanya. I'm Tanya. I'm the founder of Busty Boob Tape, the 7 steps to selling strategy, and the Be Confidence community. So we have Boob Tape launched in now 13 countries globally. So I'm in the middle of posting that out in the US as well. We have a weekly
What did you
sales.
get from the call? Your time's running
Oh,
out.
okay, sorry. Consumers, everyone's consuming right now. 95% of people are consuming, and there's no reward without risk.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Danny, you're up next, followed by Adina and then Sherry. Unmute yourself, Dan.
I'm in. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Can
we
you
can
hear me?
hear you.
Hi, I'm Danny. Um, I took from the call that everyone is a consumer, and um, no is an answer. And to sometimes you just have to take the risk. You just have to jump. And I did the other day. Something told me to get up and just go and buy my stuff. And I have created my hampers that I have been sitting on for about a couple of years now. And so I actually did them to gift them, and I actually made two sales today.
Yes, congratulations. Well
Thank
done,
you.
Danny. And your hampers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whose camera's on there? I'll do Adina, and then we'll go Sherry. Go for it, Adina.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adina Benjamin. I am a singer with a story. Now, what I do is I use my voice, my journey, and my mental health expertise to support people who don't have a voice, to be a voice to the voiceless, support people who are going through grief, anxiety, trauma, and depression. I have created my own intentional living calendars that really support you in month by month designing and planning your year. 2026 calendars are
What did
out
you get from the
already.
call? Time is running out. What did you get from the call, darling?
And I got from the call that I need to always be ready and not hide.
Definitely love that. No more hiding for Adina. Give it up for Adina Benjamin. And we have another singer coming up here. Daya, what did you get from the call? And tell us what you have available.
Hi, Shavandaya. So what I got from the call is be the boss, own it, be the boss, and whatever it is that you've got, especially in this season, make it relevant. Make it relevant for what people need and want. And yeah, that's the main point. And yeah, I'm singer-songwriter. And right now, tonight, in actual fact, your call today, your live today made me get off, make phone calls, and I am in the studio tomorrow. I will be putting something out for the Christmas. So yes, it's coming, it's coming.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do we have one more, one more, one more? Do we have one more, one more, one more? Anybody else want to share what they're doing? It's interesting how the singers never sang nothing. Like for me, if I was a singer, I'd have been popping like, hey people, book me now for your event. Like, I don't know. Is that what? Like, my singer's name say nothing. I don't even know. Do we have one more? Like, why is Oriah laughing? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is. Listen, let me just tell you lot something. Those of you that don't know, that I've actually had to turn down multiple record deals because my voice was just too much for the people them. They wanted to pay me, Natalie, go and sit down yourself. Chinelo is laughing on Instagram live, and I'm actually like, thank you, Belinda. Understand the levels. Like my singing has just been too big for the industry. You know, like I can't have everything. God, I said, listen, reserve it for some people. Like let some people have other gifts and talents because my voice be too good for them. Ashley, hold on, now Ashley's laughing as well. No, I'm done. I'm done. Right. So anyway, for some reason, I don't know why. Okay, IG people, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you because I'm gonna get the leaderboard off of the IG. God bless you. I'm gonna keep this live up so you guys can watch it over and take notes and all of that niceness. I will see you guys. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you all. Take care. God bless. Right. So we have said bye to Instagram people. And now we're going to see what's going on for the leaderboard. All right, let me go back to my Zoom and tell you who is up on the leaderboard. Oh, Simone, you had your hand up there. Was that to share with us what you do? I'll let you do that so I can get the leaderboard up.
Yeah, thanks, sis. I'm not going
Taken
to.
away from today's call.
I just wanted to share, as a psychotherapist, my takeaway was that I need to share my testimonials because they're hidden. I've only got about 3 on my website, but I don't share any of them anywhere else. So I need to show up more on social media, and literally just started a TikTok account about 2 minutes ago to start sharing my psychotherapy tools on there as well.
Excellent, excellent. And do you want to share what you do exactly?
So, well, most recently, I've just written a book to support those struggling with trauma. It explores how childhood experiences influence your adult decisions. So, yeah, especially it being Decision December, now's the time to be thinking about what decisions you're making, how they serve you, where they've come from, what needs to go, what can stay, and what needs to change.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Give it up for Simone. Whatever Tantan is eating, I want some. Like, shit, making me hungry. But with all that being said, drum roll, please. For the leaderboard, it is up and ready to go. In 10th place, we have Jackie Hall. Big up, Jackie Hall. In 9th place, we have Giselle. Big up, Giselle in 9th place. 8th place, we have Audrey M. That's McKellar. Audrey McKellar. 8th place, hitting the leaderboard. 7th place, we have Marsha B. Big up Marsha B. In 6th place, we have Kiki. Come on, Kiki. Kiki, aka Michaela in the building. In 5th place, we have Jenny Donaldson. Big up Jenny D. We have multiple Jennys, multiple Marshas, multiple Audreys. So I'm just making sure I say the right ones. In 4th place, Samantha Roach. Big up yourself, Sam. Sam has come up to 4th place. In 3rd place, we have Althea Blake. She has been crushing it all year, and people are starting to want to put her to the post. She's still the all-time yearly gangster at the top of the leaderboard. In 2nd place, we have Tantan. Tantan in 2nd place. Go on, girl. In 1st place this week, Donna Pinnett. Big up Donna. 1st place goes to Donna this week. Well done, Donna. Absolutely smashed it. And the leaderboard all-time high. Althea, 228. Donna, 141. Jackie Hall, 138. Adina, 111. Connie, 94. Danielle Blenman, 88. Simone Stevens, 75. Bev Kong, 70. Tantan, 49. Belinda Brown, 44. That is the all-time high on the leaderboard. Congratulations to everybody on there. And just so you know, the more you interact over in the community is the more points you get. And guess what? It resets again come January. So make sure you are putting yourself in position to hit that leaderboard and hit that leaderboard well. The top 3 in the leaderboard will be able to promote their products and services on one of my major launches that I will be having next year. Okay, so shout out to you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing your top takeaways. Let's smash this. 2025 isn't over yet. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can actually save this and watch this every single year and push yourself to the final crux of the end of the year. Let's go create. Adina, I think it was Danielle, hit me up over your packages because I want to buy a few things for some people. So hit me up. Also as well, Adina, with the calendars, hit me up. I definitely want to support your businesses as well. And let's keep this thing bubbling, people. Looking forward to seeing you all on Thursday. Major announcements going to pop there. So much stuff that I've got coming, and I'm going to help you to really launch and scale in this season. 2025 is not over yet. God bless you. Peace out.